Well, we're a minute over. Christina, do you want to get us started and people can trickle in?
Sure. Sure. Yeah. So, super excited to talk about Technovation and being a mentor for Technovation today. The only issue that I would say is that it's only 30 minutes, right? And so that's not nearly enough time to talk about how awesome Technovation is and how awesome being a mentor is. So Taya and I are going to try and sort of hit some main highlights. The cool thing is that we have a moderator, Nev Singh, who has served on the board. She's been a mentor. She's, I think, even been a judge. She's in the chat box and she's going to be answering any questions that anyone has during the session. So if a question kind of pops into your head during the session, type it up, put it in the chat box, and Nev's got you for sure. So, my name is Christina Llamas, and I am on the board of Technovation. I've been on the board for about 3 years now, 3.5 years, and I am also the regional ambassador for the Minnesota chapter of Technovation. I've been a mentor now. I've served as a Technovation mentor for about, I want to say 5 years now. And so I've mentored middle school girls since I've been involved with the program. And then I want to also introduce Taya. So Taya Dejanovic. I'm super proud because I said your name correctly. Did I not? Just say that I did. Okay, good, because I practiced. So, so Taya Dejanovic is also a board member. She's served on the board. She's been a mentor for Technovation as well. She's also served as a judge. So definitely has a lot of knowledge and information that she's going to share with you as well. So super excited about all of this. So Technovation Minnesota is, as I mentioned, we are a regional chapter of Technovation Girls. And Technovation Girls is a global organization and competition that's actually based out of California, so Silicon Valley. But it is global, which means girls all over the world compete in this competition, including girls in Minnesota. So Technovation Minnesota is actually a program of Code Savvy. Now, Code Savvy is a Minnesota nonprofit, helps both boys and girls and even educators become more code savvy through programs that they offer like Coder Dojos, educator cohorts and programs, and code clubs. So if you are a parent and you have a kid who might be interested in learning how to code, there are free Coder Dojos that Code Savvy offers. And if you are an educator and you're interested in integrating more technology into your school curriculum, Code Savvy is a phenomenal resource for that. So if Nev wants to put a link in our chat box to codesavvy.org, that would be awesome. And so I encourage you all to check that out. It's a great organization. So what is Technovation? So Technovation is an entrepreneurial technology challenge for girls in middle school and high school. So what it is teams of girls actually work together to build a mobile app that solves a problem in their community. And so they actually build a business around it. And the cool thing is that not only do they learn how to code, they actually learn the different aspects of how to start a business. So for example, they learn how to monetize the app. They learn how to design the logo. They decide on the logo. They decide on the colors of their brand. So they decide on branding. They actually conduct marketing analysis for their business, and they build a full business plan and wrap it all up in a video pitch that they put together that they present to a panel of judges. It's an awesome, phenomenal program. It really is. It gives them the exposure to all these different aspects. And the cool thing is, you know, you have girls who say that they're not necessarily interested in technology. They're like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do coding. I mean, coding just sounds like, not a lot of fun. And so sometimes the way that they get involved is a friend of theirs has decided to join a Technovation team. And so they say, hey, come on, it'll be fun. Why not? Give it a try. And they'll give it a shot. And then all of a sudden they join and they learn that they really love learning how to start a business and learning how to code. So it's a really great program. It's an all girls program. So it gives, I think one of the things that I really like about this program is that it really gives the girls the freedom to develop and share ideas in a safe space, right? Without the pressure of being around boys, right, who typically, will take the lead on projects, right? So sometimes, boys will kind of hop in and jump in and volunteer to take the lead on a project, or they might take some of the more technical pieces of the project, and the girls are a little reluctant to kind of jump in and do that. So this is an opportunity for them to be able to really kind of dive in, share their ideas, and feel comfortable doing it. The other thing is, studies show that girls in elementary have a lot of interest in STEM. So there's like a lot of girls who actually are interested in science and technologies as young as elementary. The problem, or what ends up happening, is that girls, that interest starts to kind of dwindle, right, as they get older. And what we want to do from a Technovation standpoint is we feel like this program can really help spark that curiosity, right, and ignite their interest in STEM and in science and technology. And it gives them the opportunity to learn that there's more than just coding to a technical career, or working in technology, that there's actually different aspects to being in tech. And so it's really, I think it's a really exciting program for them. So when you look at the stats, it works, right? Like 26% of Technovation alumni major in computer science in college. That is 65 times higher than the national average. So that's huge, right? 58% enroll in further computer science classes, which is just phenomenal. And we've seen it firsthand, honestly. We have seen, after being a mentor and participating in the program over the years, what we've seen is that there are girls who will participate year over year. So they've been in the program 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 years. They'll go off to college and they'll actually major in engineering or computer science. And they'll actually come back and then be a mentor for other girls here in Minnesota for Technovation, which is just awesome. So we see it. We see that they get excited about it and they really enjoy it, and then want to continue to give back to the community, which is just great. So there are about 50 schools that that actually participate in Technovation across the Twin Cities in Southeast Minnesota. So it's a large number of schools. We have had, so on a normal non-COVID year, we've had just under, I think our last normal year was like the 2019 season, or I think it was the 2020 season. So they actually registered, it was probably just under 400 girls that registered for Technovation. Now, this last season, because of COVID, we had about 150 girls that finished the actual program, which quite honestly is pretty impressive, given that we were kind of in the middle of an apocalypse. So, we were really impressed. But, these girls are determined. They were really interested. They wanted to finish their app. So kudos to them for doing so. So that just kind of gives you an idea of the fact that we really need mentors, and mentors are really important for the girls. We talked about confidence is sort of key. I think when we look at, well, what does a mentor look like? What do we look for in a mentor? First of all, you do not need to know how to code. You don't need to have a technology background. I am proof of that because when Jean Weiss, who is the executive director of Code Savvy, asked me to be a mentor, I was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't code. And she convinced me, no, you don't need to know how to code. Why? There is a full curriculum, a fully developed curriculum that mentors can follow along. So you don't need to know how to code. You don't need to come up with the content for this. It's all laid out there for you, which is phenomenal. It's really great. What we have learned is that the most, I think that the most help that the girls can use is with project management. And I can say that from experience because, being someone who has mentored girls, especially in middle school, but really even in high school, sometimes it's their first shot at actually working with a project of this scope, right? That there's a ton of deliverables and that are due in a short period of time. And so for them, that's a really big challenge to collaborate with other team members and really work together to decide on what they're going to do moving forward and just, keeping to task. So mentors that can help with project management, that can help with really cheering the girls on, supporting them, giving them that support. It really helps to build their confidence. And that's the main thing that we want, is we want the girls to walk away feeling more confident about themselves. Because, as you know, and we sort of talked about, I think, girls sometimes are a little bit more timid when they go into dealing with technology, whether it be in school or in college, even in the workplace. We want them to walk away from this program feeling super confident and feeling like, you know what, I got this. Been there, done that, got it. And I will tell you that I have seen girls and worked with teams who in the beginning, they are the first week that we work with them, they are shy, right? They're like reluctant to share their ideas, to collaborate, and through the encouragement of mentors, it really builds their confidence. And by the end of the 12 weeks, they're like, yeah, I developed this app. I did that, I did that pitch. So it's super awesome to see. So Taya, did you want to go into some of the details about the mentoring?
Yes, thank you, Christina. If Christina hasn't convinced you yet why we need you and why we're super awesome, I'll try to do my best as well. So, as Christina mentioned, our nonprofit is centered around Technovation Challenge, which is a 12-week program. It's a global competition where our girls participate in over 12 weeks. So your mentor commitment would be roughly 12 to 15 weeks. It would start officially, season starts in January. But as you can see already this fall, we start recruiting both schools, girls, mentors, reaching out to past participants to kind of spark their interest. And, we also rely on them to reach out to their friends and pull them into the program. So we're slowly starting to ramp up our activities over the next few weeks. So from now until the season officially ends in January, we also do a bunch of workshops and one-off events with our girls. So sometimes girls already have teams and they want to continue with a team from previous year. Other times they're just curious for the program. So we hold these workshops to get them interested more in program and also meet other girls they could potentially be on a team with. So some examples, we have a lot of partnerships across Minnesota. So for example, we work with a team at Minnesota Institute of Art, who early on in the season, before the official season launches, comes and holds an ideation workshop with our girls. So They work with girls on brainstorming, ideation, and trying to really identify challenges in their immediate communities that are relevant to them, that they feel passionate about, and they're confident that they can solve with a mobile app. In addition, towards the end of the season, we also work with some local videographers who help our girls create the best pitch there is and help them with overall video experience, how to create good video, etc. So really try to support girls for start all the way through their submission. So this is where you come in. So if you're interested, we already have shared our link to the application form for mentoring. We're looking to gather mentors for roughly 80 or so teams in Minnesota. And your commitment would begin, as I mentioned, early January. So pretty much after Christmas holidays, New Year's goes by, we start reaching out to mentors. You will be paired with a school or a team, one or multiple teams, depending on your choice, at a school that is near where you work or where you live. As we all know, this year is a little bit different. So majority of our mentoring will take place via Zoom calls and remotely. Again, if the CDC guidelines and our Minnesota health officials clear still, maybe we'll have some opportunity for in-person meetings, but we're strongly encouraging everybody to work via Zoom conferences. So we are anticipating that to begin early January. So the first few weeks after you start meeting with teams, you will work on brainstorming and ideation, and you really try to get to the bottom of what is that girls care about, and what is that the whole team feel really passionate about, and what is the challenge you're trying to solve. Once you get to the bottom of that, the second phase is looking more into market analysis and, okay, let's see what is out there, what are competitors doing, is there already an app that exists for this? Are we trying to reinvent the wheel when there's no need for this? So really trying to dig into like, what is our niche app? What is our niche market that we're trying to serve here? After we kind of have a good idea on the app that we want to develop and the problem that we're solving, we start the design process. So sometimes roughly early February, mid-March, we'll start designing different prototypes. We'll work with girls on soliciting feedback from their families, friends, etc., creating wireframes and really kind of narrowing down the designs and having them think in terms of flow as you enter the app and move through the screens. In parallel with this, we'll also start coding. For coding, we use two different platforms that are free. One is MIT App Inventor, and another one is Thinkable. There are also some other ones, but we've, from our experience, found that these are the two that are easiest to work with, and there's a lot of tutorials out there and other places, so girls feel really comfortable with those two tools. And then after the app is developed, tested, and major bugs have been fixed, our girls are also work on preparing their pitch and also their business plan. So as Christina mentioned, a really important piece of our program is entrepreneurship. And we really want to empower girls to think not only that they're learning how to code and skill, but they're also solving a business problem. They're thinking how they're going to bring this app to the market, how are they going to monetize it, what is their brand, what's their mission. So we're really thinking about this holistically. So our last event of the season is Appapalooza. Unfortunately, last year we were not able to hold it in person due to COVID this year. But that typically is the last celebratory event where our girls come and they judge in front of a panel of live judges. They present their app, they pitch, and overall just celebrate the end of another successful. So how, you might be wondering, like, that sounds like a lot of work, a lot of deliverables. So let me reassure you and tell you a little bit more about the ways that we will support you as a mentor. So as Christina already mentioned, we have a really great curriculum. It's built out in a lot of detail. It's a quick also reference guide. So if you, for example, don't know anything about branding and that is really not your cup of tea, you can go to the branding section curriculum, read a little bit about what a brand is. There's a lot of exercises that you could just print out, exercise sheets, and it's fairly easy. You maybe need to spend 5 minutes ahead of meeting with the girls to kind of look through and decide what you want to do. Aside of curriculum, we also have a Google Drive for our mentors where we drop any materials, exercises, etc., anything that might be useful to you. It's kind of like a knowledge sharing hub for our mentors. And we also send probably bi-weekly email to our mentors, kind of making sure you're on track. This is what's coming up. These are the workshops coming up. So kind of keeping you in a loop and really fostering that sense of community. Lastly, we also have a Slack channel. So that's a really great place if you're stuck on something, have any urgent questions. There's always somebody there to support you and answer any questions right away. So that's about it. Our mentors are our biggest asset, and we try to recruit as much as we can every year. And we would also love you to take away from this session that we always need more people to support us. Right now, mainly we're looking for mentors. So if you're company, if your family, if you're whatever other organization you're involved in, if they're looking for ways to engage their employees, now they're all working from home, there's no events and things to do and places to go. This could be a really great way to still have that community and join a really great cause. We do have a few minutes if you have any questions, anything you'd like clarified. So then again, just to reiterate, in terms of next steps, you can go to our website, and Nev is also sharing here in the chat window a few links where you can go and even just express interest if you're not sure that you can commit right now to mentoring. That's okay. We'd still love to hear from you, love to know who you are. We keep you in a loop on any workshops and any other upcoming volunteer opportunities you might have. So please reach out and check us out.
Absolutely. I would add that, you know, we're always looking for volunteers, and we're always looking for sponsors as well. Our program is completely free for any girls that are interested in participating. And so we really do rely on sponsors that donate resources and money to help us. So so we are super excited and would welcome any sponsors that would be willing to help. All right, awesome. So we have some questions coming in, which is really great. We've got a question about mentors and judges. Are they required to identify as a particular gender? No, they are not. If you have a professional background, if you have experience coding, if you don't have experience coding, if you have experience managing projects or have participated in projects and collaborating, that's really what we're looking for. So yeah, no requirements there for sure. So yeah, really excellent question. Thank you for asking that.
One thing I guess I forgot to mention is you might be wondering, when do mentors typically meet with the girls? A lot of times we are part of schools' extracurricular activities they offer. So typically, most often we meet with girls after school. So sometimes that is as early as 2 or 3 o'clock, sometimes later in the evenings. We also have teams that meet on the weekends. If that doesn't work, or if girls have created a team and they belong to different schools, then maybe they decide to meet on the weekends because that is easier to figure out with transportation. So we really work with you to see whatever works for your schedule, where you live, what your preference is, high school versus middle school. So we're flexible. We're just excited that you're interested, and we'll keep you posted on our next steps.
Yeah, so generally what will happen is if you go in and you fill out the Google form now and you say that you're interested in becoming a mentor, we'll have your email and contact information. And then as Taya mentioned, closer to the end of the year, that's when we're going to reach out to you to connect with you to find out what your preferences are for schools and match you up with a team and other mentors. So, and then we keep you posted throughout the season. So we work with our mentors to kind of give them tips, reminders, things like that throughout the season. So we try and stay plugged in and giving tips and things to both the mentors and the girls as well. So, yeah. And just a fun fact, Minnesota is actually one of the largest chapters in the US. I think we're like the second largest chapter in the US. And then we're one of the largest chapters in the world. So it's pretty impressive. But I will tell you that we have a very hardworking board that works really closely with our teams, with the girls, with the mentors to keep everybody on task, to really support them throughout the Technovation Challenge, because we want to make sure that they walk away, having learned what they can from, this experience and really gaining that confidence. So we're excited. We're all very happy to be a part of it. Cool.
At this point, we typically say, don't forget to bring snacks to your meetings with girls, but unfortunately, that probably won't be as easy to do this year, but maybe bring jokes or fun facts.
Yes, it will likely be, obviously with the situation going on with COVID, it will likely be remote mentoring, but we hope that that opens up the pool, right, for individuals that can potentially, mentor from home. And so we really hope that that increases participation levels and then it makes it easier for you. So, yeah. Awesome. All right. Excellent. Well, I think we've covered everything. Like I said, don't forget to check out codesavvy.org for any resources that you have. If you have any kids that might be interested in coding or know of any educators that want to integrate or include more technology within their curriculum, and go to our website, technovationmn.org, and go to the sign up button, and you can fill out to be a mentor or any other volunteer within our organization. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.